This dog raises 3 tiger cubs, but something unexpected happened a few years later. Zi Ling, also known as Jim, was a highly regarded animal advocate with extensive studies in the field and a deep commitment to protecting all creatures. Beyond his professional responsibilities, Jim remained actively involved in animal rescue initiatives outside of work. During one of his daily commutes to the zoo, he unexpectedly came across a heart-wrenching situation. A precious Labrador puppy had been abandoned, left vulnerable and alone on the street. Jim scooped up the helpless pup without hesitation, determined to give her the love and care she deserved. Fondly naming her Lou, he decided to make her a part of his family. As a result, Lou had the unique opportunity to grow up within the vibrant atmosphere of the zoo, right alongside Jim. She quickly became a beloved canine among the zoo staff, winning their hearts effortlessly. Lou relished her daily routine of accompanying Jim to work with great enthusiasm. She embarked on her rounds, dutifully checking on all the resident animals alongside her human companion. Jim cherished Lou's presence and found immense joy in her company. Their bond brought them both immeasurable happiness and a sense of gratitude for the unique companionship they shared in their zoo adventures. 3 years after Jim had rescued Lou, he received an urgent call from a countryside agency that left him deeply concerned. They informed him about 3 abandoned tiger cubs left without their mother and the need for a new home for the cubs. The fact that these helpless cubs had been deserted hinted at a tragic fate for their mother. However, Jim couldn't help but wonder how Lou would react to the presence of these larger felines. As the cubs arrived at the zoo the following day, Jim and the staff gathered around them with anticipation. They were immediately taken to the zoo's hospital section for a thorough examination. To Jim's surprise, Lou seemed unusually captivated by the cubs. It was as if some primal instinct had been awakened within her. She was utterly fixated on the newcomers and made every attempt to draw closer to them. Once the cubs received their checkups and necessary medication, the veterinarian suggested allowing Lou to interact and observe their interactions. Little did anyone know what would unfold next. To everyone's astonishment, the Labrador immediately embraced the tiger cubs as if they were her offspring. With tender licks and a protective demeanor, she gathered them close to her belly, ensuring they were warm and safe. It was evident that she perceived them as her babies, and miraculously, the cubs accepted her as their mother. During the nights when Jim would return home, he entrusted Lou and the cubs to the care of the hospital wing. Lou approached her role with utmost dedication, taking her mothering responsibility seriously. For nearly 3 months, she fulfilled the duties of a nurturing mother, grooming the cubs, aiding their feeding, and correcting their behavior when necessary. However, the moment arrived when they had to be separated. The cubs needed to socialize with other large cats, while Lou required protection from their powerful claws and teeth. Initially, Lou appeared saddened by the separation, but she found solace in knowing that her beloved cubs were growing and thriving in their own way. Remarkably, an extraordinary event unfolded 2 years after Lou and the cubs had separated. It occurred in the heart of summer during the region's stormy season. The zoo had weathered its fair share of storms in the past, but none compared to the magnitude of the massive typhoon that swept in one fateful day. Lou had an intense aversion to storms, and this particular tempest affected her greatly. Overwhelmed with fear, she could only comprehend the urgent need to seek shelter from the relentless rain and howling wind. In her panic state, she inadvertently ran over a wall and tumbled into a fenced area she had long forgotten. And about this was the enclosure of the adult tigers. Just after Lou entered the tiger enclosure, Jim saw the encounter happening from afar. When he finally arrived through the storm, he was ready to intervene but came to an abrupt halt when something remarkable happened. Gradually, the majestic tigers revealed themselves one by one, a total of 6 in their formidable presence, their gazes fixed upon Lou, viewing her as a potential threat. However, in an unexpected turn of events, movement caught Lou's attention. Beyond the initial 6 tigers fixated on her, 3 more tigers appeared before her in a flash of stripes. Positioned between Lou and the original 6, to Jim's astonishment, the additional 3 tigers stood their ground, forming a protective barrier around Lou. It was a sight that defied all expectations, and in that moment, it became clear that the bond formed between Lou and the tiger cubs years ago had left an indelible mark on tigers, forever changing Lou's place in their heart.